I'd like to call the meeting of the Graham Appearance Commission November 4th to order at 6 p.m. at Graham City Hall. We will rise for the Pledge of the Allegiance. We will take a brief moment for invocation. Okay, I'd like to ask for an approval of the September 2024 take roll. Need take roll. So present we have
Clell Britt.
Bernadette Conzelman.
and Cheryl Ray for the minutes. All right. Approval of the minutes for September, looking for a motion or amendments to the minutes as presented.
A motion.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
I second.
Okay, so the motion and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion is approved. Number 5, we have items of discussion that are mostly old business. So I will turn this over to Evan Workman.
Yeah, just wanted to get everybody to come in. We didn't, unfortunately, we had no business beautification grants this year. So that's not ideal, but we did, I mean, you know, put the word out on Facebook. I put flyers up on our entrances here at City Hall. And, you know, may just be one of those things where people just didn't get around to it this year. So we won't have any of that to hear tonight. The other part, I was just gonna give you guys a few minutes if anybody's had a chance downtown to see how the decorations turned out. I know Bernadette and Mrs. Apora were really good on doing a lot of that. And then I'm sure, you know, Mr. Britt, I know went out with Chair Clark Baldwin and looked around it, talked to business owners. So they turned out very nicely. They look good in downtown. It was a struggle to get it. We had some rain days. We had some just trying to get organized. I was trying to get, we had the hay bales put there, and then they were moved by the police department for reasons of public safety, and then they were put back out there. But, you know, just so, you know, I think next year, just keep in mind our timeline's a little better and be ready to go. Hopefully with these new decorations, we won't have to worry so much about buying them before we put them out. We can just store them, and when you guys are ready, put them out on a day that you guys decide. And
Where are we storing them? Here?
yeah,
Okay, we have
underneath,
the room for that?
well, underneath City Hall, there's like a couple general storage rooms, and we use,
Okay.
I think HR also stores some things in there, but that was where some of the decorations that were holdovers from last year were stored.
Yeah.
And then I guess too, at some point, I know it's still technically kind of the fall month, maybe going into December, at the December meeting, you can talk about it too, but we will have to remove those decorations and kind of get them collected and put somewhere where we can put them back
Yes.
up. And if there's any damage to any of them, you guys can kind of decide then to.
Okay. Okay.
I thought we discussed having those up before Thanksgiving, didn't we? One of our last
Picking
meetings.
them up before Thanksgiving.
And my biggest fear is those hay bales.
Mhm.
They were so saturated.
They were.
And so some of them were pretty bad.
Yeah. And I don't
Yeah.
think,
You know what? I'll walk around maybe tomorrow evening, do an inspection on them and just see what's going on with
It's
them.
been
And
pretty
if
dry,
they can
so.
handle being up for another couple of weeks, like
Yeah.
with the mold on them was growing and it was,
Yeah.
they
Mhm.
were,
yeah, that was the toughest part about moving them was, I mean, they probably weighed 150 pounds or something
so
crazy. They
heavy.
just, because it rained for like a week straight before
yeah.
I helped PD, I'll go on the record by saying Detective Flood was a great help.
Yeah.
Helping me get them in the truck and stuff, but still, I mean, they were like 150 pounds because they had just sat outside
Yes.
uncovered,
Yes.
with like a couple days straight of rain, and they just absorbed all of it. So like Mr. Britt was saying, it has been dry, so hopefully whoever's picking them up,
Yeah.
I'll figure that out, and it won't be as bad for them. But yeah, if you want to look,
Yeah, I'll do a walkabout and
Yeah.
see what they.
because I
look
mean,
like.
going into Christmas, they'll have the decorations up on the light poles, and
When
talk
are they
about-
doing that? Do you know when they do that? Is it before or after Thanksgiving?
I think it's after, or is it
After.
before, right
I
before?
think it's before.
Okay, it may be before.
Yeah.
I think it's right before.
Yeah,
Maybe
Because
we-
it's Black Friday or Small Business Saturday. They try to have everything up for that.
Okay.
Yes, okay, so we should be taking those down within the
Well,
next week or so.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just, I mean, and it could be something, you don't have to call it at a meeting if it's not good, it's not like a voting item or anything, so it doesn't technically need to be a public hearing if a couple of you guys wanted to get together strictly to pick up decorations.
Okay,
That could be something you guys keep in mind. If Ms. Conzelman wants to update me on how the decorations look, and I can send that back
Okay.
out to people.
okay,
That way we're not communicating as big groups like we're not
Yes.
supposed to.
okay.
But yeah, I think just finding a time to shift it into the next item we'll talk about, which is our downtown window contest that we do every year. I'll just give you some updates on that. If anybody has anything else on the downtown decorations. So Miss Renee Ward and Brandy McCandless at the rec department sent out our holiday schedule, and our downtown decoration contest was obviously included as it is every year. So you guys will vote on that this time next month, at the next, in the December meeting. We're sending information out now to get the downtown businesses to start decorating them, and I'm sure as it gets closer to that December date, they'll be up. I put in the message that the day of the meeting has to be when you guys they're finished. So you might not see them up in the next couple of weeks, but hopefully by the end of the month, especially after Thanksgiving, we'll start to see a lot of those decorations. So if you guys are in downtown and see any, definitely check those out. So we know what's going on. But does anybody have a problem? Anything?
So we're all individually held to go review those prior to next meeting, or are you taking
No.
pictures?
Just like, if you remember last year, I remember going, the day of, I told them in the afternoon, I'd take pictures. So by the morning of that day of the meeting, I
Yeah.
told them to be finalized. So I'll have all the pictures of
Okay.
all the decorated windows, but if you guys see any definitely just keep your eyes out, see what people are doing. Or if you speak to anybody in downtown that owns a business, let them know. We're putting the word out on Facebook, and I may even mail out. Once I have the flyer, we're working on the flyer right now. I'll mail that out to our master list of downtown businesses that we have, like I did with the grants. So I can make them aware of that, and hopefully we'll have a lot of windows. We usually do have, I mean, at least 10 or 11 windows decorated in that downtown area.
Right.
Uh,
Okay, I think that concludes the old business. So, do you know if there's any city council updates by way of you this evening?
No, not for this board. I don't think. They're still talking about the downtown park. I think that's pretty much getting settled to be closing down. I hope I'm not releasing any information, but
It's already got a thing.
it's already closed, yeah. So
Yeah,
I think they're trying to figure out what to do with that.
we keep it.
As far as beautification goes, I know that's a nice little area people enjoy seeing, but I know there's a lot of problems with it that would cost a lot of money to fix. So I think council's weighing that right now. But yeah, other than that, I don't have.
About the, what about the pole flags?
And that's.
Oh, we have,
Yes, I was gonna bring that up too. Any word on that?
yeah, I haven't heard any word on their side of it, because they were doing their project and they were gonna see about lumping it in with you guys. I may shoot an email to Miss Whitaker, or when I see Aaron, I'll make a note to ask him if he's heard anything else about it. I know that they've got a few items on the November meeting that seem to be a big deal, but I'll ask where they're at with that. But I know you guys are still probably looking to figure it out on your end and have a program ready to at least present to them when the time comes. So I'll keep you guys updated, but definitely
Yeah.
you guys keep in mind too,
Right.
on your
Well,
end
we
of
have
it.
the pictures of it. I
Mhm.
have the pricing. It
Okay.
depends on how many.
Yeah.
I think it was said that we have 78 poles, if I remember correctly. There was like 78 poles that we
Mhm.
could put it on, but not all of them could be double-sided
Right,
and whatnot.
right. And
So,
I think the other problem too was that, council was gonna decide how many they wanted to put up and
yes,
try to find a balance between the two.
Right.
So, yeah, you don't have the number right now, and that's something, unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait on them to.
Yeah, we can't have a number
Yes.
until we. look for-
So
you know.
I'll bring that back to the front of people's mind, if I need to email Ms. Whitaker
Okay.
and just say that you guys mentioned it at the meeting.
I know too, it was said that it would be so much work to do and whatnot, and, so there's a lot
Yeah, and they may
to
want,
end with that.
they may want some kind of help from this board, more than just your guys' program. They may want your input on the regular banners as well.
Yeah.
And I know Ms. Conzelman's talking about how you looked at them and priced them before, so maybe you'd have. some-
Yeah, and I have a quote for
Mhm.
what it would be, and
Right.
the average is about $100 to $125 a
Mhm.
piece, and, and again, I know in my old town, the people paid for it,
Right.
so. and
Oh,
it
yeah, I'm
was put
sure-
up, So,
I think that, all that was a
yeah,
good idea. I think the biggest part was they need to figure out what they were gonna end up doing and then try to time it out to where the labor or whoever was gonna end up doing it, they could have both of them go up at the same time. So I'll keep that in mind and mention it to, Mr. Holland, and then maybe email Ms. Whitaker if I can, and see if she has any updates. And I'll see when the minutes for the November meeting come out, or if any of you guys happen to watch the meeting on YouTube or anything, and you get any updates, you can let me know and I can pass them on. But I'll look for when the minutes come out for November, or look at the agenda. I looked at it briefly and I don't remember seeing anything, but I'll double check it
okay.
and let you guys know if I see anything.
I'll look it up too.
Yeah.
I like watching it on YouTube. It's
Mhm.
nicer to sit at home and watch
Yeah,
the meetings.
it is. It is, for sure.
Does that include your staff updates as well? Or do you have further to?
Yeah, no, I didn't, this kind of meeting was for my staff updates, unfortunately, just kind of talking to you guys, but no, I didn't have anything else, just,
Okay.
yeah, getting into the holiday season, I know it's a big decoration deal, so the window contest hopefully will be fun, and you guys can do that, and we'll start to talk in December too about prepping. I'll just tell you guys now so you can look, but starting to think about things we want to do next year. It's already getting to that time where,
Yes. Yes.
new year coming up, so, spring and summer and all that. Just keep that in the back of your minds.
And what about residential appearance award for the holiday season?
Yes, we'll vote on that. If you see any submissions, thank you for reminding me. If you see any submissions for that, send them in. I'll post something on Facebook as we get toward the middle of November. I had it on my calendar, to try to get, when people start putting their Christmas decorations up in full force,
Yes.
we'll get the word out and, do our vote on that as well. And hopefully be able to put our sign in someone's yard. We
Yeah.
hadn't done that for a little bit, because the last person that, I think the winter never got back to me about
Yeah.
putting
Oh,
their sign up.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What a shame. Do you know about our?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
you tell them.
So, during the year, we do a spring, a summer, and then the Christmas. If you see a house that's really decorated or looks very pretty or something like that, we take pictures and then we vote on them.
Mhm.
And we have a sign, that they
Mm-hmm.
got the appearance award, and, we go put it in their yard and stuff
Or
like that.
if you know
So,
somebody, a neighbor, somebody personally that
yeah.
and you can speak to them, they can always submit an application as well. They don't have to be just from you
Yeah,
guys.
but anybody
Mhm.
can, submit it, so.
And those are on our website.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
when you're driving around, stop and take a picture, get the address and street name. Okay. And again, we vote on them, and we've had some really great,
Mhm.
entries and whatnot.
Yeah, all the winners are get posted on the website, and obviously, like
Yeah.
you said, hopefully get our yard sign, so we'll definitely look into doing that. I appreciate the reminder, Ms. Ray. But that's all I got for.
Okay. Is there anything else from the commission members?
Next month, we're gonna do the Christmas windows, and then we really need to get, I think, a calendar
Mhm.
that we can put in the meeting, like, so we're ahead of spring, we're ahead of the fall decorations, and really kind of, try
Yeah,
to stay
we-
true to it.
We did our calendar for this year
Yes.
at the January meeting, and I don't know, I'm sure some of you remember,
Yes.
remember that meeting. So hopefully it'll be, like I said, you guys come with ideas. I mean, I have a base, like certain things like the seasons dictate. But certain things, like we've talked about in the past year, litter cleanups or anything like that, you can always try to come with your ideas to add stuff to the calendar. It'd be, it's great to keep I know you guys are busy, but it's great to keep the board active and busy and keep getting our name out there doing different things, but I'll have a template and we can just fill it in at that meeting
Okay.
or kind of agree that we want to go off that going into January, but
Yeah,
yeah, as you start thinking now, you might as well.
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
okay,
Yes, ma'am.
fantastic. Anything else?
No, I will call for a motion to adjourn.
Oh, wait, I don't, do you know what the business grants are also?
Yes.
Okay, you understand
yeah, we
those.
are,
So
yeah.
if you know any little business around here, and it really should be in the front of the business so you can see it, correct?
Yeah, it's all the grants we do, even the Historic Resources Commission has their grant as well. They do it has to be outward appearance, something
Yeah.
with the outward appearance. I mean,
Yeah,
it can range
yeah.
from replacing an awning to, we've had painting, like adding a mural to the side of your building. It can be anything, but it does have to be outward appearance. It
Yeah,
can't be an
yeah, because
interior
like Little
renovation.
Oblivion's trying to fix up the back of their building, and it's like,
It could,
yeah, but it's not
yeah.
visible, so would that be something, or no?
I think this grant may be different than the facade grant that's in downtown, because the downtown one doesn't have any specifications on facing the road. I
Okay,
think this one might. This one might be about curb appeal. So,
yeah,
and also, unfortunately, the deadline has passed for this one, and
Right.
so, but going into next year, definitely, I mean, like Miss Clark Baldwin, that was downtown one day and saw a kind of awning that she thought maybe could use some work, and she went in and talked to the business owners. I mean, it's a great program, and if someone's looking to do work, they might as well get some money for it, if they want
yeah,
to
I've been
apply.
trying to get the guy on Hardin and Maple, the
Uh-huh.
little gas station
Oh,
to
yeah.
pave his.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we can
Yeah.
only try, and, they still gotta put up half the money, and, some of it,
Yeah.
is on them, of course,
Yeah.
but it's a good opportunity. If you're already, we're gonna do it, might as well get half off, kind of.
Yeah,
So,
All right, a motion to adjourn.
okay,
Second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
We're adjourned
All right.
at
Easy
6:20.
peasy meeting tonight.
6:22.
Okay.